My name is Isaac Chenevy. Welcome to the Connect This Wellness channel, website, wherever you may be viewing this. One of the things that's a big important part of becoming the best version of your physical self is to learn what your macronutrient ratios are. There are 3 macronutrients. Here we go. Carbohydrates, or also known as carbs, of carbohydrates, protein, and fat. And the official name to figuring that out is called metabolic typing. Meta basically means to change. So you're changing fats, proteins, carbohydrates into energy, other muscle tissues, etc., building blocks. So that's where you get the term metabolic typing. Means that you're figuring out what your type is. And you can take an assessment. One of the books that I got turned on to from the Czech Institute is called The Metabolic Typing Diet. And just minus that word diet, since it has so many loaded meanings to it, how about nutritional intake? The Metabolic Typing Nutritional Intake. But it's by a guy named William Walcott and Trish Fahey. And it's been around for a while. What is the dates here? Anyway, copyright 2000. Okay. But one of the things that I like to do in terms of understanding the words, the medical terms, the science terms, they're all Greek and Latin for the most part. And Latin meaning that's where Spanish and French came from. So in this favorite book of mine, the Dictionary of Word Roots and Combining Forms, is a great thing to have when you're getting through school, like biology and stuff. So here we have meta, between, with, after, back again, and change. Metab, we have, and metabol, like metabolism, the word change. Everything's changing all the time, right? The only constant in the universe is change. So we're changing one form of energy into another form of energy. So the 3 types are carbohydrate, your mixed, and then your protein and fat type. And the reason you want to find your typing is because your genetics are different, and your genetics have changed over the course of time as people make babies and mix their genetics over the last whatever hundreds of thousands of years. But especially in the last 200, 400, 500 years, we've combined a lot more genetic types. So we've got Nordic, your Nordic protein and fat type, and then you also have your Southern, more South American, African, what else would be an example? Maybe even Southeast Asian. More tropical tend to be more carbohydrate, more northern tend to be more protein, fat dominant. And then you have your mix in the middle, which is where most of us will fall. We're not so extreme. So you can get this assessment. You can take the assessment they have in the book by William Walcott. You can also take it through a Czech Institute trained professional. And you also can take other metabolic typing questionnaires on websites. And it just gives you a ballpark idea, and then you start to experiment on your own with how those ratios are making you feel and assessing how it's changing your waistline, assessing your muscle gain, etc., etc. So there isn't any one ratio for for all people. It's about finding your individual complexity along with the universal simplicity that we must eat, drink, sleep, etc., etc. And that is the key to finding the best version of your genetic self on planet Earth. So I hope this is a little bit helpful. There's a lot to this, and this is a very shortened version, but it's just something to kind of think about. Metabolic typing. And it's one of the key things for someone to figure out their macro ratios. You can get further assessments on getting your micronutrients dialed in to see if you are low on something or if your body is not metabolizing, meaning it's not converting it from B12 to what the cell uses for repairing and growth. So that's another version of when you have vitamins and minerals that are metabolized. So it's not just macronutrients, it's also micronutrients. So these are all really good examples of how metabolism is so important in your personal and general human physiology. Thank you very much. I'm Isaac, and thanks for watching.